Hi, hi, hi. What's going on? Welcome. My name's Alan Cox. You just heard it there, but I'll say it again for posterity. For anyone taking notes. Thanks for being here. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
Mary Santora's out. Poundcake is back behind the glass.
Afternoon, white people.
Boy, do I have some questions about the latest Poundcake podcast.
Okay.
Which is up at AlanCoxShow.com. And I can only surmise on the iHeartRadio app.
It is.
If you want to join us, there are plenty of ways to do that. If you want to join us live, if you want to engage with us, you know, it's a big word, and I was in this podcast meeting this morning. Engagement. I always look at engagement, right? If you want to engage with us, telephonically you can do it, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. You can engage with me via text, 35192. You can leave voicemails on our after hours line. You can leave messages if you listen on the app, the talkback button. I'll get to some of those messages throughout the show today. Our friend Don Jameson is going to be on the phone. He's doing the Weekend at the Funny Stop. You remember him from That Metal Show on VH1. He did those. Remember when he and Jim Florentine would do Terrorizing the Telemarketers?
Yeah. Terrorizing, and then Meet the Creeps. You remember some Meet the Creep sketches?
Yeah.
Man.
So we haven't talked to Don for a while. He's on the show semi-regularly, but I don't think we've had him on in a while. So anyway, we'll catch up with him later on. There's a Poundcake sports break headed your way a little bit later on as well. So a lot of things to get to. When I walked in to prepare the studio for the show today, I'm running a little bit late, and so I'm kind of back here scrambling. And Bill is listening to something over there. And it's this guy giving his CV. He's talking about how he I ran for office or something, or he's from Ohio. And
he's
then
an
now
intelligence officer.
There you go. And now he's basically...
Former, I believe, though.
Makes a living as a talking head for cable news. And I didn't say anything about it because it was just this guy talking. And so I thought, oh, Bill's trying to elevate his mind. He's listening to some military intelligence covert podcast or something, I don't know. And then I hear Poundcake's voice. And I go, oh, he's talking to Cody. About what? And
the counterintelligence to this guy's intelligence.
Listen, nevertheless, I can't wait to dig all the way into it, but it was somebody that within the span of about 20 seconds, Poundcake says that he found the guy randomly online and then proceeds to refer to him as having a brilliant mind.
No, I found him on Facebook.
Well, that is online.
Yeah. So I said it in the podcast. I found him. He was like on pages you might like or whatever, like suggested pages. And I looked on there, and I forget what
were you looking for? You were looking for something?
I wasn't looking for anything. He was on just like on my Facebook selected or like recommended pages, and I clicked on it. And he saw that he ran for governor, or I'm sorry, not.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't even know the guy's name.
Matthew Shoemaker.
Matthew Shoemaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he ran for Ohio Congress. And
governor or Congress?
Congress.
Okay.
Congress, but he was on Fox News. I think that's what it was, because I watch a lot of Fox News clips, and so because I watch Fox News, it was like trending on my Facebook.
So he's a Republican candidate.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, and so it was on there because he is a Fox News contributor. So I just reached out via Facebook, and I heard back, and I mean, I was interested in like the inner workings of the government. And
if I can cut through very quickly, I'm assuming he's very cute, and that's why you connected with him.
Well, the picture was cute.
There you go.
But
if he'd been an uggo, you would have had.
I say Google him, and you take a.
Well, it's Poundcake's podcast. I'm just saying that what attracted you to him was not his area of expertise in government affairs. It was that he was cute.
It helps.
Right. That's all I'm saying. If he'd been an uggo, you wouldn't have clicked on. You would have been like, oh, there's a million nasty-looking people who are, they call politics showbiz for ugly people. And so I can only imagine that what drew you to him was his picture.
Yep, and it was
not his CV.
and he was like in the Navy Reserve.
The episode is called "A Man in Uniform." That should tell you all you need to know.
Yep.
So you clicked on it.
Yep.
And he goes, "Sure."
Yeah, I reached out. I was like, "Oh, would you want to do a podcast?" Like, I mean, I don't know what you're.
Did he ask you what your podcast was about?
I sent him the link.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know what he was getting himself into. Do you want to listen to it? If this is something you would be interested in. I told him I voted for Biden, just FYI.
And how long until he got back to you and said, yes, I'll be on? Because he sounded very appreciative to be on.
Yeah, it was like a day.
A day, okay. So he dug in a little bit. He goes, yeah, this is something I can do.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure you weren't going to be somebody trolling him.
I guess, right. Sure, yeah.
Well, I think that's what everybody has to figure out now, is like when somebody invites them to do something, if you're in a certain area.
That's why I laid it all out there on the table. I said, hey.
Why did he sue Joe Biden?
You'll find that out in the podcast.
He sued Joe Biden?
Mm-hmm.
I don't got that time.
It's 40 minutes. You got time.
I don't.
Listen to the podcast.
Okay.
But even if I did.
It had to do
It's called a teaser.
It had to do with COVID. And I think he was overseas at the time, and they were like demanding it. Anyone.
Oh, he didn't want to sue Trump for COVID. He didn't want to do the guy who did nothing for COVID. He wanted to sue the guy who came in and had to try to clean everything up.
Again, I asked the questions and he explained himself, so
Gotcha.
I would let his word speak for himself. But I just thought it was interesting because I watch a lot of if he had counterintelligence or he knows something that I don't know, I want to pick his brain because now the Pentagon, declassified UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. So I asked him about that. I did a podcast about that.
Yep.
So there was a couple things.
Is he a veteran? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he was in. I don't know if Navy Reserves count as a veteran, right?
Well, that's an
Yes.
it's the armed forces.
Yeah,
Navy,
so
yeah.
he did that, and just I think it's cool. I'm not smart enough to do any of that stuff. So I asked him things that I was curious about, and I may have sounded stupid, but I don't care because I wanted to know.
No, I'm not saying. Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, that's why you have people on, is to ask them questions and find out what they're doing. And
I posted the link on my Instagram, and yeah. So
okay.
What did you have any other questions?
No. I came in and was preparing the studio, and Bill was listening to you talking to him.
Yes,
but
yeah,
I didn't
get very
hear.
far.
I didn't hear.
He looks really good in a uniform.
I didn't hear you for a while, so at first I didn't realize that was who was doing the talking. Or I didn't realize it was your podcast, I should say.
Yeah,
I thought it was just he was listening to something that
a different type of guest because I picked it mainly because I've never had a Republican on. First off, I've never had like a Fox News contributor on, and yeah, I found it interesting because he has intel that I don't know.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Yep. So it's that.
Did he give you his? Is he a married man? Did he give you his information? Is he?
No, See, that's exactly why I didn't want to. I didn't want to ask him because I didn't want to scare him off. Like I want to be able to ask guests to do the podcast with me and not feel like I'm pressuring them to or like pressing them for something.
Well, no, you wouldn't do that anyway. You wouldn't ask someone, "Are you gay?"
I wanted to be professional.
That's good.
But no, he's like living his life. He still has like some type of government job in Florida. So I think it's dope.
Good for you. All right, well, good.
I messaged him. I said, hey, I uploaded the podcast. Take a listen if you like it.
Well, I got to listen to this.
Yeah, listen to it.
All right. It's called The Man in Uniform. It's at alancockshow.com and wherever you get your podcast, the Poundcake podcast, of course. I'm going to take a break. If you want to text for anything in here, 35192, alancockshow.com, as I already mentioned. You can get us there. And we will be back after these. Next chance to win some money, by the way. You can go fuel yourself. It's still $1,000 to fill up your tank halfway, suck some of it, whatever you want to do. 2:30 is that next keyword for you coming up to win.